All right, enough Norway. How about some quick hits
Let's
instead?
go, Gab.
England stay perfect with 8 wins in 8 as Harry Kane bags both goals in the second half, and they beat Albania 2-0. Jules, they haven't conceded, excluding a friendly against Senegal, in a year.
Yeah.
It's not another clean sheet for Pickford because he didn't start. So but still,
The still is on.
They've won 11 games in a row now, and again, excluding friendlies. They're mostly a B team, but they're pretty good result. They weren't great against Albania, I thought, in the first half, but they're good and they're deep.
Yeah. I don't think they were that great against Serbia as well, but they get the job done. They've got Harry Kane, who I really wondered why he played that game against Albania, but then in the end he scored the 2 goals and they win. And
he wants to add to his goals total.
True, I guess. And he probably wanted to play, but if I'm Vincent Kompany, I'm watching that, I'm saying, like, why on earth is this guy playing now? But anyway, even as you said, with the Bowens and Henderson in goal and that kind of stuff, with more of a reserve team, they still get the job done. They're again very well drilled and disciplined. The pressing is not too bad. With the ball, it could be better. We saw Bellingham starting and then sulking because he didn't want to come off after 84 minutes.
What'd you make of that?
Arms in the air. Why is he doing it? He's a smart kid. It's not like if he's taking you off after 55 minutes. This is the 84th minute. Why are you protesting like this that everybody can see? Just jog back, tap hands with Morgan Rogers, shake the hands of Tuchel, and then in private, in the dressing room somewhere, tell him, I would have loved to play the whole 90 minutes. I don't know, say something. Don't do it publicly like this.
What I would say a little bit about this is, why are you making the change with 6 minutes to go? Like, I understand if you talked before, it says like, look, Albania, by the way, congratulations to them. They had already clinched their playoff spot, right?
Well done
in the previous Thursday or whenever it was. So at that stage, they play with some freedom, and Albania I thought played really, really well. I think England maybe a little fortunate. But make a deal with Bellingham before and say, hey, look, you're going to play an hour. We're going to try you in this different position a little bit where it looked like Stone stepping into midfield. Him and Declan, that's another one, Declan Rice. I was surprised to see him out there.
Yeah, maybe.
But why 6 minutes to go? That's what I would.
Maybe
That's maybe the only defense for Bellingham.
No, maybe he wanted to send him a message or see how he would react and actually
now he knows.
Happy. Well, not happy. And then that's why after the game, in his press conference and post-match interviews, he had to go at Bellingham that he should not react like this. I can understand that. And again, if you're Bellingham and you know the situation and what has been happening before, don't react like this. No Cristiano Ronaldo, who suspended after his red card against Ireland, but Portugal still beat up Armenia 9-1 with hat-tricks from Bruno Fernandes and Joe Neves. Gab, my boy's on fire. Second hat-trick of the season already.
Not just hat-trick, but it's the way he scored those goals. It is the way, the free kick, the other one where he's falling and he still manages to coordinate himself. I don't know what vitamins this guy's taking, but man, and I wonder the way these things are going with Ramos and Nuno Mendes and of course Vitinha, soon you'll be Portugal Saint-Germain.
Well, I'll take that. I think Portugal would take that for sure.
Speaking of Cristiano, he was sent off for the elbow on De Roche when Portugal lost 2-0 to the Republic of Ireland. That was on Thursday. Jules, usually you get a 3-match ban for a straight red. That would mean he'd miss Portugal's first 2 group games at the World Cup. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, that's true. I think he would get 2 games, so he will only miss the first one. I think especially because he was yellow, that was then upgraded to a red after VAR intervened, blah, 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 all of that. So I don't think he would get the 3-match ban. 2, I think, is probably the right for something like this. For his elbow on the back of somebody like he did. I think 2 is fair. 3 would be a bit harsh.
It's Cristiano. Can we make an exception?
That's why he's going to go from 3 to 2. And that's it, Gabby. But he will still miss the first game of the World Cup. And, if Portugal scored 9 goals again in that game, I wonder if he will even start the second game. Ukraine are heading to the playoff, Gab. They needed a late goal against Iceland Friday.
This is tremendous drama because I had this game on one of my screens, and essentially Ukraine needed to win this game. And it was still a draw against Iceland. Would have been a tremendous story as well if they made the playoffs. And they got the goal. They were just pushing and pushing. By the end, everybody was like a striker and a winger, it seemed, on this Ukraine side. Zubkov, 7 minutes from time. Then Hutsuliak added another one in garbage time. It was drama. It is what I think these last days of qualifying
Yeah.
are all about, I should say. So well done to them. See them in the playoffs. And again, that's another country, by the way, to play all their games away from home. Jules, we not done. We got more quick hits.
Yes.
Brazil beat Senegal 2-0 with goals from Casemiro and the magnificent Esteval Willian in a friendly in London. Jules, Ancelotti sticking with a front four setup. Fearless.
Yeah, fearless. It was very interesting to see Esteval, Rodrigo, Vini, Cunha playing all together, especially in the first half doing really well. Second half was not as good in terms of quality, but they were 2-0 up already. They got a little bit lucky on the way they set up the Esteval goal, but the way took it and finished it was beautiful. And then they scored on a set piece, but there was movement. There was a lot of rhythm with the ball, which is good against the Senegal team that just missed completely their first half. Second half was better. They probably deserved to score at least one goal. So it was good for a friendly at the Emirates. You know, the only thing really is that there's not much, again, in a friendly that you could take away from if you're Ancelotti in this game. But I think it was good again.
Yeah, I think where he gets the benefit is from having the team together and the training camps that goes with it more than the game itself.
Yes, that's very true. But the bad news for in this game, Gabi, for Arsenal fans especially, is that Gabriel Magalhaes picked up a muscular injury and he had to come off before the end of the game. How big blow it is.
Yes, I think the early reports, normally this kind of stuff is 4 to 6 weeks. I don't know if that's been confirmed. I mean, as we record this on a Monday, I'm assuming Arsenal will go and test him. He doesn't have very far to go.
To do the scan yet.
Look, it's never good because I think especially on set pieces, not just when he scores, but he's just so disruptive and he's so good at getting to the ball. It's a blow. But on the other hand, you sign Calafiori, you signed Hincapie as well. Your whole kind of left-footed center back type, concept, right?
Very much so.
You have options there. So I think you can absorb this much better than you could maybe a year ago.
Yeah.
Mikel Oyarzabal even bags 2 goals in Spain, roll past Georgia on the road 4-0. Jules, we keep talking about how deep they are, and rightly so. I went to player by player. This is almost a second 11.
Yeah, when you think about it, there was no Lamine, obviously, no Nico Williams, no Pedri, no Carvajal. Even defensively in the centre backs position, you had players missing. It was just, it feels like this team is so well structured that you can take out one component of it and replace it by another player that is maybe not as good, and then the production will still be the same and the level will still be the same. Okay, Lamine is irreplaceable. Of course he is, but Ferran Torres can do a decent job as much as I don't really like him. In midfield, you can still find the right balance even if Pedri is not there, or Dani Olmo or somebody else like it was the case in these games. So, well done. And Oyarzabal as a...
Or Rodri, by the way.
Yeah,
we keep forgetting about that guy.
Forgetting about Rodri, you're right. And Oyarzabal as a false 9 or a real 9, it doesn't matter so much, really, but he benefits this team so much. Rough Sunday for you, Gab. It was just not Italy's humiliation that we mentioned earlier already, but Nigeria going out on penalties to DR Congo in the CAF playoff final.
Yeah, so this is a blow. Look, Nigeria, obviously, rough time in qualifying, up and down. They were in that, what turned out to be a very tough group, obviously, with Rwanda and South Africa. But they took the lead in this game and conceded an equalizer almost straight away. And then I thought, the rest of the way, Congo had the upper hand.
They were the better team.
They were the better team, and it's hard to deal with. And when it went to penalties, I said, okay, look, let's just move on, live to fight another day. And instead, they just started missing all their penalties. And even my boy, Calvin Bassi, born in Italy, by the way.
That's why he misses penalties.
That was clearly the issue.
Shout out to Congo for replacing the goalkeeper just before the penalty shootout, and Timothy Fayulu, who you've never heard of, who plays for FC Noah in Armenia, who is not even the first choice. He's the backup goalkeeper for his club. The guy never plays, comes on for the shootout, saves 2 penalties. Bassi misses 1 over the bar. Then that's it. The rest.
I assumed the goalkeeper was injured when that happened.
No.
I know we've seen it happen before. The specialist,
it's Tim Krul, kind of,
But I mean, the DR Congo coach to know that this guy is the super specialist. However, the Nigeria coach, who I believe is from Mali, and is French, Eric Shaw, had a different theory, Jules. He said they were doing some voodoo
during the shootout or just before the shootout. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't see anything. I don't know. I don't know if you believe in voodoo or not. But there's probably another excuse to find than that.
Yeah, I think you missed a good opportunity to keep your mouth shut. If you want to fuel like more of stupid, lazy stereotypes about people, and maybe you believe in voodoo, maybe I don't know, whatever works in your mind, but this is not the time
Yeah.
to bring up to bring up voodoo as an excuse.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Nigeria will move on to him. Hey, maybe we can swap him with Gattuso.
Oh my God, you wouldn't want Gattuso for Nigeria either, would you?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
We'd be a way to hurt both.
You wouldn't
countries,
want
actually.
Eric
And
Schell for
you
Italy.
want Eric Schell. Didier Deschamps mixes it up with both Hernandez brothers, magnificent Magnus Akliouche and Boom Boom Mateta up front, and France come from behind to beat Azerbaijan 3-1. No, Kylian Mbappe is injured, obviously, but there's depth here too.
Yeah, that's what I think Deschamps wanted to see and what we wanted to see, who could step up. And okay, it's only Azerbaijan away. There's nothing too special about the opposition, but Akliouche was outstanding, I thought. And Kunku looked good. Mateta scored again. So 2 goals in his first 2 starts for the national team. That doesn't happen that often. The last time was Louis Saha, I think, in 2004. So that's how long ago it was. Not even Kylian scored 2 in his first 2 starts. So really good in that sense. Defensively, not so much. Konate.
I don't need this many Hernandezes in the team.
But going forward, certainly, and the problem is some will be disappointed because not all the talent going forward can go to the World Cup.
Akliouche has to go, yeah?
Yeah, I think he will go, for sure. This was way back on Friday, but Germany needed 2 Nick Voltemade goals to get past Luxembourg. That's right, Gabby. And they could yet end up in the playoff too.
See, I go hang out with Voltemade, and then he scores 2 goals. How about that?
No coincidence.
Yeah, not a great performance. The real Baku all of a sudden resurfaces, and actually played well. Served up, I think, both assists. The interesting thing is they play in a few hours. Germany hosts Slovakia, and they have to avoid defeat. Otherwise, they're joining Italy in the playoffs, which would be the absolute hoot. Slovakia, by the way, scoring late against Northern Ireland to force the situation. But a lot of absentees for Germany, a lot to think about. Belgium are held 1-1 by Kazakhstan, who go down to 10 men. Jules, tough time for Rudy Garcia. The good news is they play Liechtenstein next, so they should be okay, right?
Yeah, they will be okay. There's no way they don't beat Liechtenstein. But that first half against Kazakhstan was a disgrace from a Belgian point of view. Okay, there's no Lukaku, there's no De Bruyne, there's a few other missing, but still, how bad they were playing in that first half was embarrassing, I really thought. And then they should have won the game in the second half. They had enough chances and hit the woodworks, etc., blah, blah, blah. But then it was still not good enough. From Rudy Garcia, which is the first time that we see his team, since he took over, not being consistent over more than 45 minutes or so, really. And that's a worry, really a worry. The other game is Wales against North Macedonia. Wales are already through the playoff, potentially through the Nations League. But if they beat North Macedonia in Cardiff on Monday or Tuesday, then they will qualify to the playoff through those qualifiers, which will be very good for them.
I think I should give a shout out as well to Belgium's goal scorer, who of course was Mr. Champions League, Hans van Aken. And by the way, I didn't mention this before.
Mr. Qualifier, that works.
Yeah, Mr. Qualifier. Yeah. By the way, I should have mentioned this before, but of course, Victor Osimhen having to come off at halftime in the Nigeria game. You want voodoo? That's the voodoo Eric Schell. Don't come up with stupid excuses.
Leo Messi scores a goal and bags an assist, as well as Argentina win 2-0 in a friendly in Angola. Why Angola, you asking? Well, Gab will tell you.
I mean, come on. This was to come up as weird, right? When it came up on the... So is the 50th anniversary of Angola as a nation. Of course, they're a Portuguese colony before that. And they decided to, what better way to celebrate this than
of course,
a friendly against the world champions?
Why not?
Well, apparently they got paid $13 million for this, which is the Argentinian FA, which is the number that's out there. Now, I know everybody needs money and stuff like that. Just for context, that is just a mind-blowing, enormous sum. Like Real Madrid get half that, when they go to Saudi.
Maximum,
So anyway, well done, Lionel Messi, looking good. Angola didn't play badly. I watched extended highlights. They took the game seriously. Is this what I would have spent my money on? Probably not.